today. From Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, it's Week 18 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Kenny Pickett and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on Tyler Huntley and the Brooklyn Bulls.
At the confluence of the three rivers, the Ohio, the Allegheny, and the Monongahela, we are here at Pittsburgh's Acrisure Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Brooklyn Bulls and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And with the terrible towels waving wildly, we are underway from Pittsburgh. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. So out come the Steelers now for their first drive. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign, took his game to a new level, and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. A first carry for Najee Harris. It's a pickup of 6.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Strong. He'll get this to his tight end. That's Pat Freiermuth. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Looking to throw. Strong. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Trayvon Walker coming in from that outside linebacker spot. He gets him down. It's a loss of 5.
Okay, was it a breakdown in protection? Did the running back not pick him up? What does it really matter? Sometimes it's just a great play made by the defense. Big-time sack.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Harris running straight ahead. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And the big difference in the ball game, their ability to force turnovers, 3 of them, in fact. Being able to take the ball away, give it back to their offense, that's something that's emphasized each and every week, and they carried it out.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. He's got the distance, but it's no good. Wide to the right, and this will remain a scoreless game.
Partner, doesn't seem like it, but that's a tough spot for a kicker. First drive of the game, and they're calling on him. He should be warmed up. He should be into the game, but sometimes it's almost like, oh, what, now already? Can't they put it in the end zone? What's going on here?
Yeah, he's probably saying, if you can't get it in the end zone, can you give me a 30, 40-yarder? A long one, and he can't connect. And he's got some space here. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Another fine carry from the NFL's rushing leader, and quarterbacks typically dominating the MVP balloting, but I think you got to give this guy serious consideration, don't you?
I agree totally. I mean, he's leading the league in rushing, and let's face it, partner, the running back renaissance in the NFL, it's real, and it's really helping teams along the way. He's a prime example. Got to give him strong consideration for MVP talk.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And a little bit of space there takes it inside the 5 to the 3. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. A great effort there. That's rushing touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bulls are on the board first here this afternoon. So a good job there, Charles, taking advantage of the short field, and they score first, punching it in on the short touchdown run.
I love the theme there, right? They didn't have to do anything big on that drive. Took advantage of where they were on the field, took it downfield, put the ball in the end zone. The only thing big on that drive, the 6 on the scoreboard.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And, partner, let me make a quick pivot here. Season winding down. They're number 32 in offense this year. The last in the league. Where do they go?
Anywhere and everywhere. But they have to do it with a plan. And I think about Atlanta a bunch of years ago. They decided they wanted to get what they thought was going to be a franchise quarterback. And, indeed, he is, Matt Ryan. But they had to supplement it. They went free agency, got a running back, came back and traded back into the first round in the same draft to get a left tackle to protect him. Really supplemented that pick, complemented that pick, and went to the playoffs the very next year.
Well, maybe they can use that and carbon copy it. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Back of the end zone, could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. They went empty backfield, all their weapons out wide, so there really was no secret here to what they were going to do.
No secret, but they still had to execute it, and they still had to protect the guy throwing the ball because oftentimes when you empty the backfield, people bring pressure at you. They managed to hold in there and successfully complete the touchdown pass.
Extra point put through by Boswell, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Taken in at the 3. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
And he rifles one incomplete. So, CD, here we are. You look at how well this offense has played all year. 16-0, Now, in most years, they'd be at home right now enjoying time off for their perfect season, getting ready for the postseason. But this is the decade of the 2020s, so that means 17 games are what's needed to get through a perfect season. Would a win here make them an all-timer for you?
It would. It absolutely would. And I realize we're not comparing apples to apples because of the length of regular seasons. But if you think back to the 1972 Dolphins, they were 14-0 in the regular season. 3 wins made them a Super Bowl champion, so they were 17-0 total. Imagine getting through 17 now and then continuing on.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. T.J. Watt from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8. 7-7, our score after 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. It's Devin Bush, the linebacker, who picks it. And the Steelers are going to take possession of the football.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers picking up 15 yards there and a first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Now that's staying ahead of the chains. Really good pickup on first down, hitting the tight end there. Now it brings up a 2nd and manageable.
Just found a hole in that zone. Now a 2nd down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
Quick hitter here, it's complete. They only got 2, but that was enough as they'll convert to make it 1st and goal. They hand this off to Harris. Pushing and fighting his way in for a Steeler touchdown. Najee Harris, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Boswell good with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. A drive that time of 6 plays. And it was Najee Harris who finished it off with a touchdown run. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that?
And that's caught inside the 30. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. And what a big-time play there. 46 yards. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, Huntley. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. Huntley to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. Chigakakro. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Bulls are an extra point away from evening this one up. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point right down the middle, and we are tied at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Steeler offense set to regain possession. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking it. Absolutely love what they were doing, because to be ahead of a defense that much, where every play call you have, run or pass, is working pretty well for you.
Makes you look like a genius.
It really does. It also lets you know that your preparation was pretty good, and now the defense has to do all the adjusting.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, Strong. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Well, it hasn't been a banner first half for the defense trying to cover him today, but they'll take that one right there, helping force that incompletion.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick six.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
No going for two. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. But George Pickens and the Steelers headed back out for another series. He's been good so far to this point in the second quarter. Need to get him even more involved, maybe?
I would agree with that. Definitely. Yeah, it's not even a question for me. The way he's playing, he's doing a nice job. Increase things. More touches, more opportunities. Maybe that can reverse things on the scoreboard for them.
They'll try to ratchet things up then maybe here in the second quarter. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Off play action. Strong. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Bobby Wagner, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Strong. And they're going to get this up to midfield. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Tyler Huntley going to lead his offense back out. He had the short touchdown pass on their previous drive, and they'll begin again here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Steps away to his left. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, the best don't mind making tough throws, but that was a real difficult one right there. Out of the pocket, trying to beat double coverage. More times than not, that's going to end up as an incomplete pass, if not worse.
Here's Huntley. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 32 on the play. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Pass complete as Ezekama with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. They'll look to throw again. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. Looking middle, and that's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back to throw again. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. Eric Ezekama, 26 yards. And the Bulls will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
And that's certainly an important score right there because they gave themselves a 2-score cushion heading towards halftime. Now you got to force the other team out of their comfort zone, and it changes the way you approach the second half as well. How you want to do things on offense, and your defense feels much better too, having that lead.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They're going to keep it on the ground. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries, but the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Strong. Looking for Pickens. He's got him on the out route. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. Finding Pickens for another catch. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On 1st down, Strong. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. So we've reached the intermission in what right now is a 13-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's all down to this. Week 18 of the NFL regular season. Lots to be decided, so let's get right to it. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And it's the Patriots leading that one in the second quarter. 3 touchdown passes there for Mac Jones. Next, we head up to the Windy City. Check on the Bears at home, Soldier Field. And you can see they trail the visiting Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, over 100 yards on the ground with 3 touchdown runs. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Cotton and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Taking it about the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Ready, set.
Throwing on first down. Huntley. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a third here, and it's good for a first.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be second down. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 and the 34. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Give him the third down conversion. 5 yards on the play. Now a play fake here on first down. Steps away. And this throw will be intercepted. And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Throwing to start the drive. Strong. And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete. 2nd and 10 now from the 27. Throwing again. Strong. Completes this one to Pickens. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man, that's the tight end Freiermuth. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the give, this is Harris. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Trayvon Walker makes the tackle.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. That's down the field and caught by Freiermuth. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. Now a first down carry for Harris. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
And that's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
On 3rd down, Strong. And he'll go down, brought down at the 20-yard line. Justin Madubuike working his way to the quarterback that time.
I remember when I was a kid and all I wanted was a nickel so I could get that soda down at the fountain. And guess what? The nickel came into play well. 5 defensive backs, they covered well, allowed for the sacks.
Sodas were a nickel when you were a kid?
No, I just needed the extra nickel so I could pay the proper price.
Okay, how much were they? A dime? What were they?
15 cents.
Well, the 3 points certainly helps, but you feel like, Charles, at this stage of the game, when you force those turnovers, need to start converting them into touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm a little bit surprised myself because I thought in this situation, they were thinking end zone or bust. Now they got to rely on their defense to get the ball back again for another opportunity to get 6 points.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. As this offense takes the field against CD, remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And able to get this one all the way up to about the 46-yard line. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. And he's got enough for the first across midfield to the 48. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Huntley. They'll get this one to Ezekama. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 30. 14 yards that time for number 14. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. 87 yards rushing for him now in this one as he is closing in on 1,800 yards for the year. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. And the Steelers are right back in this football game. 2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing them.
17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. to throw. Strong. That's complete to his tight end, Freiermuth. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Looking to throw. Strong. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Golladay. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. This is Harris on the draw. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. He's stopped at his tracks by Ahmad Gardner. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Strong. That's going to be caught by Pickens. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. 14 yards that time for number 14.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a one-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
Oh, no, he lost the football. Fortunate to get that football back because trailing here in the second half, last thing they needed was to lose the possession.
And the word I think of here is opportunity, because it could have been lost there, their chance to score points. But the opportunity for the defense was to go ahead and really close this game down if they were able to get possession.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Off the play fake. Strong. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. So here we go. On now is the kicker, Chris Boswell. From the left hash, it's a 36-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And this is back down to a 7-point game. So they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Huntley. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Here's Ryan Stonehouse now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Well, he forces one there. It's a potential dagger as it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. It'll go as a gain of 9, and that should write an ending to this one. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire second half, but their first half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the first half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the second half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for our visitors, they make NFL history with this, their 17th win.